First of all, I would like to thank God for making me to be the Vice Chancellor of Federal University 𝐤𝐻𝐿 in acting capacity for 3 years and as substitute BC for 5 years. The journey wasn't an easy one, but with the help of God, we have made a tremendous progress. So my special thanks go to the Almighty Allah for appointing me as Vice Chancellor of Federal University 𝐤𝐻𝐿, and also my special thanks goes to the former President Muhammadu Buhari for appointing me as a Vice Chancellor. And I also sincerely thank the former Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, and the former 𝐸𝐭 for all his support during my appointment and during my tenure as BC, that is Professor Adamu Rashid. And also my special thanks was to all the university community and the ES State Fund for all the support and all other sister agencies that supported us to make this journey. And also I appreciate the support and the cooperation I received from the Puduma Senate for electing me 3 times to be the acting Vice Chancellor. And I thank most sincerely all the university community for their support. And I sincerely thank and appreciate the former Governor of Katsina State, Barrister Shehu Shema, and His Excellency Aminu Bello Masari. I also thank the current Governor, Malam Dukko Umar Radda, for all his support. I sincerely thank the Emir of Katsina and that of Daura for their fatherly support and cooperation. When I meet Puduma has only 3 faculties, but during my tenure, the faculties increased from 3 to 14. And I created 3 colleges, that is College of Health Sciences, College of Postgraduate Studies, and College of Continuous and Professional Studies. These 3 colleges are doing well and they are attracting a lot of students. When I came to Puduma has less than 5,000 students. But at present, Puduma has more than 40,000 students. This is not comparable to any other universities that were created together with Puduma. And we make sure that all these faculties has their own buildings and facilities. So when I came, there is no faculty building for the 3 faculties. But as at now, every faculty had its own building. And when I came, there were only 20 programs. And in these 20 programs, only 3 has full accreditation from National University Commission. When I came on board, I make sure that all the 20 programs get full accreditation. And at now, Puduma has more than 100 programs, undergraduate programs, and all of them has full accreditation. And we increase the number of programs from 20, increase them from 20 to more than 100. And now we establish School of Postgraduate Studies that has more than 80 programs with full accreditation from National University Commission. So in terms of academic performance, we have done well. From 20 programs with only 3 having full accreditation to more than 100 now, all of them having full accreditation. With no PG school, and now we have PG school with more than 80 programs having full accreditation. When I came, there are less than 10 professors. Now we have more than 100 professors. During these 5 years or 8 years that I have spent, we have produced more than 100 people with PhD. I personally have supervised more than 10 PhDs in this time, and all of them are in the university system. So honestly, we have done well. We increased the number of staff because as the program increased from 20 to more than 100, definitely there is need for staff. As the faculties increase from 3 to 14 with 3 colleges, definitely there is need of staff. So we recruit, though there are some challenges. People say we are just recruiting, but you can't increase program and facilities, and you say you cannot recruit people to man that area. So I think honestly in these 5 years we have performed well. There are security challenges which sometimes detract us, but with the help of God, with the help of the National Security Advisor and the state government, we were able to overcome many of the security challenges. You know, in a university settings where everybody is learned, people has different view. At times you will come with policy and people may not see it to be the right one. And instead of doing the right thing to channel their grievances, they will now challenge it anyhow. We have a lot of, when I was appointed by Mr. President, the then President Muhammad Buhari, many people feel they were not happy. One or two have to even go to court to challenge the appointment by Mr. President, but we won in the court. And during the course of study, many of our staff feel aggrieved, and they rather follow due process of channeling grievances. They went to the court, but all in all, we won in all the cases that were instituted against us by staff. At times, we call them for dialogue. Anybody that is willing to dialogue, we call and sit down. What is your problem? And we solve it. And some that feel they can't sit down for dialogue approach the court, as I said earlier, and we won the cases in the court. But anybody that is willing to dialogue, we call him, we sit down, hear his view, and we discuss and we resolve. Professor 𝐤𝐚 is my good friend, and I have nothing against him. When I came on board, I appointed him several positions. All the positions he held in Puduma, I'm the one that appointed him, all. When I was acting, we went smoothly together. But when Mr. President appointed me as BC, he ran to the court and said the President has no power to appoint me as Vice Chancellor. The President is a visitor of the university. In the absence of the council, the President takes responsibility of the council. And the council responsibility is for appointment of Vice Chancellor or all other staff of the university. So in the absence of the council, that their duty is now based on the President, who is a visitor. So when I was appointed, there was no council. So the President has the right to appoint and remove. So he appointed me. But Professor 𝐤𝐚 wasn't happy. He approached the court that the President did wrong. In our in our scheme of service, in our condition of service, it is stated clearly, anybody that takes the university to court should be suspended, unless you follow due process of internal mechanism of resolution, complete the resolution. Professor 𝐤𝐚 was supposed to approach the council, and in this case there is no council. Then Mr. President to say, no, Mr. President, you are wrong. But he didn't do that. He now went to the court. So based on that, he was suspended from the university because he has taken the university, Mr. President and Minister of Education, to the court. And before that time, he came to the council and was recording council proceeding on his phone. It was noticed, and now he was asked to appear before a disciplinary committee. He refused to come to the committee. Instead of coming to the committee, he now quickly ran and write a withdrawal of service letter. And also in our condition of service, anybody that has a disciplinary case cannot withdraw his service until that case has been finalized. If you are found wanting, you will be punished. If you are not found wanting, then your letter of release can be released to you and you will go. So he has two cases, one in the court and one in the university. So because of that, when he tendered his letter, it was replied that you cannot go now because of this disciplinary issue. And secondly, a professor cannot withdraw his service unless he gives 6 months notice. A professor cannot withdraw his service until you give 6 months notice. On his letter, he didn't give 6 months notice. He just wrote that he has withdrawn his service.
You say he paid the salary for
3 months. Yeah. This is not the case. This is what I'm saying. The law say a professor must give 6 months notice. It didn't give him room for paying 3 months salary. Other staff, for example, if an academic staff is not a professor, he can quickly write 3 months notice or quickly pay the 3 months salary. Or for non-academic staff, the law say 3 months notice or 3 months salary if you are going directly. But for a professor, you must give 6 months notice. But he went and paid the money and ran away. So the committee called him, he refused to come, and now they say he has absconded. And the law say if you abscond, you should either be dismissed or your appointment terminated. Council was lenient with him. Council terminated his appointment, and we continue with the court case.
So, within the period of access, actually they have done something in the struggle to fix the university where it is. How do you intend to look at those things that can still continue to remain in your mind that you cannot forget?
Anything I will not forget in Puduma that I did is, for example, issue of expansion. Puduma has expanded more than any other university that were created at that time, the other 11 universities, because 12 were created at the same time. If you go, you can be a witness. The level of expansion can be visibly seen. The level of physical facilities we put. The level of academic programs that we have, more than 100, all having full accreditation. And especially the setting of the Faculty of Law, Faculty of Medicine, Faculty of Engineering. These are things that will keep on in my mind that I have done well for the people of Katsina, for the people of the Northwest, and for the people of Nigeria. So definitely this thing will be in my mind. For all the 5 years, I keep on praying that we'll go back to the main campus. At times, we're located. But when issue of banditry and insecurity become peak, we have to come back to the main camp, to the take-up campus. When the sin subsided, we go back again. But for now, almost 1 year, we cannot utilize that place. This is a sad memory that I will keep on keeping in my mind, and it will keep on lingering, because the level of infrastructure that we have there, if to say we are fully utilizing that place, Puduma will be in greater heights than what it's now. But unfortunately, we couldn't access. But I assure you, before I leave in the next couple of days, we will have enough security there that the coming BC can quickly move back to the area. Because I sincerely thank the commander, 17th Brigade. Last week, he has sent his director of operation to us, and they went to the main campus, studied the area, and they have mobilized enough army that will make that place safe. And they are redeploying these people this week. So by next week, I am sure we can do the handover there. Honestly, I thank God. Whatever I came with in my mind, we have done it. And we have even surpassed that yardstick we keep for ourselves. For example, in the number of programs, we have never expected that we can surpass 100 programs. So honestly, this is a good thing. And because of the insecurity, we have never thought the level of number of students can be more than 40,000, which, as I say, you cannot find in all the other 12 universities established together with Puduma. And one sad thing I also may remember is why some of my friends, close friends, for example, Professor Hamzat, will turn to be an enemy, because Professor Hamzat was a very good friend. All his appointment in Puduma, I am the one that appointed him, all the directorate. But anytime I appointed him a director, there will be problem, 1 or 2 things that will create, I have to remove him. And people will now come and beg and make us to sit down and reconcile. And I will give him another appointment, but still he will go back to what he is doing. This thing, I think with other few cases, like for that of Dr. Yangu, I help him in all the sense of responsibility. I help Dr. Yangu, but as at now, Dr. Yangu has taken me to court in the university that I have stopped his promotion. Well, I help him to be promoted, and when it came out negative, there is no way that we can do anything, because even if someone is your friend, you have to follow the law, the rules. So you follow the rules. At the end, they say he is not qualified to be promoted, but he now turned it against me and say I'm not the one that is willing to promote him. So all this issue of losing friends are attached to leadership, and I sincerely pray that they will use wisdom they have to know that I'm not their enemy.
We have been kidnapped, so lecturers were being kidnapped during your tenure. How do you intend to look at this?
All the students and lecturers that were kidnapped have been released, and we did practically well to get the release with the help of the Office of the National Security Advisor and the Commandant 17th Brigade, the police help, the DSS help, and now all our students are back, all our lecturers are back, and with the level of commitment of the Commandant 17th Brigade now, I'm sure Puduma will be secured and safe. The funding is from the TED fund and the capital projects, the capital budget. We have funding from TED fund, we have funding for capital was over, for capital project, we have project for this year's budget more than 6 billion naira. And for TED fund, we have project was more than 4 billion naira. And the African Development Bank has given us a facility of 4 billion to build a solar station in the main campus. And this work is almost 90% completed. When that work of the African Development Bank in conjunction with the World Bank is finished, the main campus will be powered 24 hours using solar, and we will have excess energy. Now we are thinking how to transfer it from the main campus to take off campus, because the amount of energy that will be created is more than enough for the main campus. When that is done, I'm sure we'll save a lot of money from paying electricity bills and for buying diesels. Then the funding for the capital project and the TED fund project, I am sure the incoming BC will use it to transform the university more. This matter is now before the Honorable Minister of Education, my boss, and I may not want to talk on it because it is already with him. We are awaiting his verdict on it. But I'll tell you one thing. To God who made me, I don't fear anybody, I only fear God. One day we will return to God. When this process started, wallahi, we did, as council, all of us did our best to see that the process is transparent and honest. And this is what we did transparently. Look at all the candidates and we assess them as council. Nobody was favored. If I tell you lie here, I will stand before God and you will be there to be a witness. Wallahi, we did the best of our ability to see that the process is transparent and honest, and nobody was favored. And at the end of the day, 6 people were shortlisted. To my surprise, before you even release the result, Professor Radda write a petition to the minister. Professor Radda is my good friend. She should have contacted us and find out what happened. But he went on alleging that I don't want him to come because I did some bad. There are mismanagement. There is employment scam. I don't know what he called by scam, because I have never collected a single kobo to employ anybody. He can be a witness because he sent me 5 people which we employed. Professor Radda quote me clearly. Professor Radda sent me 5 candidates which I employed him. Did he pay me a kobo? What is a scam? And this employment were all approved by council. And as I tell you earlier, council has mandate to employ staff, and they are the ones that give approval. And in the absence of council, the president, who is the visitor, takes the responsibility. But it is the council that allow me to take this staff, and Radda is a beneficiary. So God will judge us one day. We did best for the candidate. Nobody is favored, but I will not talk much because the matter is before my boss. We will allow him to conduct investigation, and at the end of the day, trust will surface. And the other petitioner, Professor Usman was my student. I taught him. I'm the one that took him to 𝐕𝐂. Professor Usman is from 𝐷𝐷𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻. When I became BC, I asked Professor Usman to transfer his services to 𝐷𝐷𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻. I say, Usman, this is your time. Come and let us grow it together. He said, I will never come. Now, why will he want to be a BC? And if he should not shortlisted, he is a petitioner. Why will he petition? When we ask him to come, if to say he has come, now he will be the VC naturally. But even that, we didn't even look at the fact that he didn't come. We assessed him on the criteria we listed, and he fell. He fell. The criteria is there, 10 criteria were used, and we say someone has to pass all the 10 criteria. I am not involved. I just went to the council and sat down. And at the end of the day, 6 people were shortlisted. And after this, among the 38 contenders, only 2 petitions, which shows that we have done well. Because 36, if you remove the 6 that were shortlisted, 30 people didn't petition, which is a good work.
So, sir, lastly, what are your hope and prayers for the school?
My hope and prayers is for Puduma to be safe, secured, and to do more, to progress more rapidly, to become a modern university that surpasses all the universities in Nigeria. With the current form we are going, I am sure in the next 5 years, and I have come with a strategic plan for 5 years. Since Puduma was established last 15 years, there was no strategic plan, no strategic vision. But I make sure that I force our people to come and do a strategic vision plan for us for the next 5 years. So now the new BC don't have anything to worry. He will now just follow this plan and Puduma will be great. And I thank all the people that are supporting us, especially the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Olosa, the Minister of State, Professor Sueba, and all the people in the ministry for their support. I thank the ES State Fund, ESNUC. Most especially, I thank the National Security Advisor for all the support he has given us. I thank the State Governor, the Royal Fathers of Katsina, the 𝐤𝐻𝐻𝐻 community, who are all cooperative, and I pray that Puduma will continue to grow and grow.